The Witcher 3 on the Nintendo Switch should be impossible, but it's not, and it's here, so let's talk about it. What's up, guys? Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you're having a great day. Do me a quick favor, make sure you leave a like on this video, and also make sure you're subscribed for all the future Switch content. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition on the Nintendo Switch, that's a lot to say, has been talked about, asked for, and rumored pretty much all throughout the Switch's life. It's always been referred to as the impossible port, just something the hardware couldn't handle. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's here. And not only is it the full game in all its glory, somehow CD Projekt Red managed to get the entire game, 16 DLCs, and both the expansion packs on one 32GB card. Okay, so let's start with the actual physical edition of the game itself. You don't see this often. It actually comes with stuff. Here, check it out. This isn't a collector's edition, a special edition, anything like that. I just think it's really awesome to see stuff like this, because at this point in gaming, you're hard-pressed to even find an extra piece of paper in the box, let alone all the stuff that they give you with this, so that's super cool. It's nice to see them go the extra mile with it. It's definitely appreciated. Okay, so essentially the story starts out like this. You play as a Witcher named Geralt, and I always want to call him Gerald for some reason, but that's not his name. So you start out in this castle that's like pretty much Witcher home base, and it's essentially a training level. But what's cool about it is, if you already know the controls and know how to play the game, they pretty much let you skip the entire thing, so you don't have to even go through that part really if you don't want, just enough to catch the story. So after that, you head out to find this girl named Yennefer. Once you complete your objectives and meet up with her, she takes you to meet this other guy, and he gives you a new quest to find Ciri, not the girl that lives inside your phone. Another one. This one starts with a C. But she is actually also in the beginning of the game as a child who you're helping to train. But anyway, once you get to that point, the story really starts to open up. Not that it's in any way boring before that, because there is a ton of stuff going on that entire time. What I've seen of the story so far, I'm really enjoying it. And you can tell a lot of time went into every detail of the storyline, even the side quests. If you know anything about me at all, you know I love a good story in my video game. And this one so far, as far as gameplay goes, I think it plays extremely well. And yes, there are a few frame rate issues, but it's nothing too awful. And considering the world and everything that's going on, it's a miracle that it runs the way it does, honestly. One of the biggest things I see online, people talking about how awful the controls are. I had a little bit of trouble with them at first, but once I started getting through the game a little bit, I didn't really have a problem with them at all. I think it's just the long animations of the sword swings. You seem to move so far every time you swing your sword. It's kind of weird to get used to, but I don't think it's bad. Most of the combat's just getting the timing down of the enemy you're fighting. If you can figure that part out, the rest really isn't that big of an issue. The thing that I had the most trouble starting out with actually is the crafting system, which some of you are probably going to be laughing at me for. Honestly, it was just a lot for me to take in at first. I'm getting used to it now, but it's definitely a little overwhelming when you first start out. Okay, so now for the big question everyone has, the graphics. Honestly, it is absolutely amazing to hold a game of this size that looks this good in the palm of your hand and take it anywhere you want. And it's uncut. You're getting the same game you got on PS4 and Xbox. Obviously the resolution's decreased to get it working on the Switch, but honestly, after about 15 minutes, I wasn't even thinking about that. All things considered, it looks absolutely amazing, especially in handheld mode. And I've seen the comparisons to the PS4 version online, and obviously it doesn't hold a candle to that. But what it's doing with the hardware it's running on is something I don't think we've ever seen before. But the place I did notice it really had an issue were the cutscenes. They look really good, but sometimes the frame rate just tanks and it can't keep up. But for me, the rest of the game is so good, I have completely overlooked that and I don't even care. But it's definitely something to mention because it does happen a good bit. It also takes a little bit of a hit in frame rate when you're in like the really busy towns. There were a few other spots I noticed around the map where the frame rate went down a little bit, but honestly, it's nothing that takes you out of the game at all. All in all, what CD Projekt Red and Saber Interactive have done is a miracle. I mean, this was the impossible one. This was the one everyone said would never come, and here it is. In my opinion, if you have a Switch, The Witcher 3 is a no-brainer. Amazing story, awesome gameplay, and graphics we have not seen on a handheld system ever before. But at the same time, I will say, if you plan to play this mostly in docked mode, I would honestly just go for the PS4 version or the Xbox version. Not only are they going to look a lot better on your 4K TV, but you're probably going to be able to find them a lot cheaper out there too. Alright, that's going to do it for this one. Obviously, you guys can tell I'm pretty excited about this game. Don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're playing The Witcher 3 on Switch, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. And with all that said, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.